Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be taking a look at a pretty frickin' cool truck that just came out, kind of. So I'll get to that in a second, but if you guys haven't already, please go ahead and like this video, subscribe so you guys don't miss any content that I will be bringing out in the future. Today, if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, we're going to be taking a look at the fully redesigned 2022 Tundra. We're going to start by taking a look at everything that has leaked. So we're going to start off by looking at Toyota's landing page for this truck. So as you guys can see on screen here, you've got this kind of silhouette of the truck with the lights on either side. You can see them right there. You've got this really big light bar going in the middle, as well as what I think are going to be the either more light bars, which kind of seems a little redundant, but you also have the what I think to be fog lights, hence all the fog. Interesting thing to note is the really bold outline on the front hood here. So, you know, we've seen the same look on the Tundra for quite a long time, but that kind of reminds me of the Land Cruiser, the outgoing Land Cruiser, with that kind of dip right there in the middle of the hood, which I think was kind of cool, to be honest. Looks like you have these amber marker lights, which typically anybody who's familiar with most trucks will notice that those are typically on the heavy duty side of things to indicate just how wide it is. So at least in the US market, according to regulators, you need to have these marker lights on any truck that is over 80 inches wide. So obviously this is going to be a pretty big vehicle from a width standpoint. You can't really see a whole lot. You've got pretty good sized fender flares on the side, and I want to say that looks like a skid plate down there. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But yeah, there's not a whole lot that you can actually make out from this teaser image, which is kind of the whole point, I guess. They really want to keep this thing under wraps, because if you aren't aware, they've had the same style truck since 2007. They've had a couple of refreshes here and there to kind of keep it up to date. They've made new interior, they've done some tweaks to the outside. The front grille has changed a couple of times. But the overall truck hasn't really changed much. So this is a drastic departure from that design language. But as you guys move down on the landing page, you can see two images. We'll get to this one in a second, but let's click on this to go full screen. So look at this. So here is the 2022 Tundra TRD Pro. This thing looks friggin' sick. So, I mean, look at these headlights. They swoop like crazy. Obviously, they're all LED. It's 2021, 2022 model, but whatever. Got these really humongous corners. That's one of the first things I'm noticing. Yep, those are the fog lights. Probably could have figured that out, but whatever. In the front grille, but if we kind of zoom in here, look at this. You've got some pretty cool like textured area on the front. Almost looks like a digital camo type of thing. You can also see that in the front grille you're gonna have this front camera, which is pretty cool to see. They've been integrating a lot more 360 cameras into a bunch of other vehicles in their lineup. The Tacoma just got that recently. A lot of the sedans and some of the SUVs have been getting that as well. Tundra was left out for 2021, but obviously they're not going to leave it out for much longer. You can, if we zoom in again, it looks like that pattern continues over the wheel well right here. So that's a pretty cool feature. I don't know how they're actually doing that, like what process you use to get that, but that's pretty cool. The body lines are wrapping right around with the headlight, which is awesome. You can see another one of those cameras here under the side mirror, which that kind of looks like it sticks out a little bit longer than some of the previous generations. And because this is the TRD Pro, they're obviously going to have the most flashy kind of exterior design. But look at this TRD Pro, like, I don't want to say it's a vent, but it kind of looks like a vent. You've definitely seen these before if you've paid attention to trucks. Like the Ford Raptor, I think, has had them. I think the new Ram TRX has them as well. So I don't know that they're going to be functional, but we're definitely going to see with time. And you can, not as, you know what? That hood's not quite as drastic of like a bubble shape as I thought it would be from that teaser image. So let's go back and look at that. So like this looked like it was going to be way more drastic of a indent on the hood, but it doesn't really look like that's the case, which is kind of cool. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. This is new. So TRD Pros up until now have only came with a black black leather interior. As of the last year or so, they finally added heated seats and JBL and all the tech stuff that you should get when you're paying over $50,000 for a truck. But it looks like through the window here, you can see that it looks like it's going to have like a red, like a deep maroon red type of color. I wonder if that's to go with the Pro badging that has the red in it. I don't know. I mean, TRD definitely likes their red. They put red on just about everything. Moving around the side, definitely more of a indent on the, like this crease here. I don't remember if this has been there for a little while on the Tundras. I'll have to go look. But I like that sharp crease that goes right along the lower body line area. I think these are running boards, but I don't really know where you would put your foot on that, so maybe it's something else. Feel free to leave what you guys think it'll be down in the comments section. All right, guys, we are over on Motor Authority right there, and it looks like they have a couple of other pictures of this truck. So this is a pretty distorted side view, so I can't really tell the proportions from here, but it kind of looks cool in the red. Then you scroll down a little bit further and it looks like they have stamped the TRD Pro right into the rear tailgate. You can see more of those marker lights on the back. That camo pattern is very, very apparent all around the truck. Looks like vertical oriented taillights, which is kind of cool. The only thing I don't see, and I don't know if I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments if you guys can see it. But I don't see where they've put the backup camera. Maybe this is just a prototype and it doesn't have one. I'm not entirely sure. Looks like that was it for them. But I don't think there's a whole lot of pictures. I know there was a recent dealer meeting where all of these pictures came from. It has been confirmed that they are ditching the V8. That's completely gone. And they should be using a twin turbo V6 setup. I imagine it's going to also be paired with the 10-speed automatic, as I believe this motor is the same general principle as the new Land Cruiser J300 series, which is coming out overseas. But that motor creates 409 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. So there's a lot of power there, especially because the current generation Tundra, it's not no slouch by any stretch, but it's 381 horsepower compared to the 409 on the new one, and it goes from 410 pound-feet of torque with the current setup to 479 horsepower. So that's almost 70 pound-feet of torque more. That's a lot of extra power in a truck like this. So I'm pretty excited. I'm not going to drag this out too terribly much longer. I am pretty excited for this new truck. This thing looks absolutely insane. But you guys can see that this is the latest generation Tundra, you know, the one that you could actually theoretically go down to your Toyota dealer and pick one up. So they've had more or less the same kind of design for a little while now. I'll throw some pictures up on screen so you guys can kind of see what that looks like, and then compare that to the new one here. So definitely a little bit more boxy, but I think they're gonna have a pretty big winner on their hands. So anyway, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Let me know what you guys think of these first reactions to the new Tundra. They did say that there would be a second powertrain coming later this year. I'm hoping to hear hopefully more as things progress through the grapevine and what have you. Obviously, we're probably not going to get a whole lot of information between now and closer to September, when it is expected that they have the auto show out in Las Vegas, which is where they like to, you know, show off a whole bunch of new stuff. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please smash that like button, as it really helps me out. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so that way you don't miss any of my uploads. Thank you guys very much for watching. See you next time.